Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Peppo here. A new update just kicked in a few days ago, and in a first moment I wasn't sure if I had to update my current build or not, but after a closer look, I found a way to improve the Title Update 5 build I already covered some time ago. If you haven't watched that video, please make sure to check it out before continuing with this one, as many things will not be explained again here in this video. So let's give a look at the new armor first. Primordial Malzeno's armor has really good slots in general, and specifically the chest, the arms and the coil have a double level 4 slot and one level 2, which gets translated into 5 level 2 skills, like attack boost or critical eye. It's definitely the armor with the highest amount of tackle slot space in Sunbreak. Some pieces also come with critical boost, which is one of those skills we always want to have in our build, and that makes it even better. There's also a brand new skill called Blood Awakening, which simply boosts your attack when you heal by landing attacks. So either while you are affected by the Blood Blight or if you are using the skill Blood Rite. It's not a key skill like Quick Shift or Weakness Exploit for example, but if you are used to playing with Blood Rite or you usually take on anomaly investigations, it can definitely be beneficial. Please note that you don't need to recover HP to activate the effect of this skill. Even if you're already full HP and you keep healing while attacking, Blood Awakening will still activate. More specifically, the skill activates at two different thresholds. The first one is 50 HP, and the attack boost you get is 5 at levels 1 and 2, while it goes up to 15 at level 3. The second threshold is 150 HP, and that triggers an attack boost of 10 at level 1, 20 at level 2, and 40 at level 3. The effect of this skill lasts for 30 seconds. Thanks as always to DTL Nor for the data mine. So let's see how we get to improve our build with the new Primordial Malzeno's armor. The head is always the Ryzen Kushala since Title Update 3. The same goes for the chest, the Ryzen Kaiser. These two pieces have too many important skills that are used for our set, which makes them basically irreplaceable. The change comes now with the arms. In fact, the new Primordial Vambraces are slightly better than Ryzen Shagaru's arms. You can slot in 5 level 2 skills for example, and on top of that you have a critical boost level 1 and the new skill Blood Awakening. Ryzen Shagaru's arms are also really powerful because of that attack boost level 3. But since now Frenzy Bloodlust can also be found on the Qurio charms and the Qurio crafting, its value can be considered a little bit inferior to the Primordial Vambraces. Also, Bloodlust at level 2 is something extra, level 1 is already enough, and we will get it on the next armor piece. This brings us to the coil, which this time will still be the Ryzen Shagaru's. I considered using the Primordial coil, which technically should be a bit better for the same reason as mentioned before, but critical boost would not be needed this time as we are already using the Amatsu legs, which give us critical boost 2, that combined with the arms get us to critical boost 3. Moreover, that level 2 bars is kind of extra, as we would just need bars at level 1. Also we need one level of Bloodlust to activate Frenzied Bloodlust, so this coil fits just perfectly. And lastly, the legs, as I already said, are from Amatsu. Critical boost 2, 2 level 4 slots, and Heaven Sent on top of that are just too good. So these are the pieces we will make use of for this final Longsword build. As for the jewels, we should slot in Quick Shift 3, Attack Boost 7, 4 level of Expert, and 1 level of Intrepid Heart. We still have 1 slot level 3 and 1 level 2 available. If you want to make use of the Blood Awakening skill, make sure to slot in at least 1 level of Blood Rite. And for the second slot, you can either use it for Burst or Coalescence at level 1, which is enough for both skills. Without considering the slots on the weapon, the charm and the Qurio crafting, these are the skills we get with this build. Attack Boost 7, Critical Eye 7, Critical Boost 3, Weakness Exploit 3, Quick Shift 3, Warburg Whisperer 3, Blood Rite 1, Coalescence 1, Bloodlust 1, Intrepid Heart 1, Wind Mantle 1, Powder Mantle 1, Heaven Sent 1, Frenzy Bloodlust 1, Blood Awakening 1. I mean, 15 skills just from the armor and the jewels. It's just a tiny bit insane I would say. I didn't consider the weapon slots because that will depend on which longsword you will equip. Depending on that, you can use the weapon slots to boost specific skills, like Elemental Attack if you are planning to use the element, or Foray with Poison Longswords. At the moment, the only Elemental Longsword that makes sense to use are the Fire Longsword for Velkhana, so I would either use Magma Almudron or Flaming Espinas Longsword, Thunder for Daimyo and Shogun, so Zinongra Longsword, and Dragon with the Silver Severer for Primordial Malzeno, as it is the best Dragon Longsword considering those godly level 4 slots. For basically all the other fights you want to go raw. So it's either Tigrex Longsword or Amatsu Longsword if the monster is also weak to water, or with Status Longsword by using the skill build-up boost, so either using Blast, so Teostra and Sitting Longsword, or Poison, so-called Rathian and Lucent Longsword. Regarding the charm and the Quiro armor crafting, with this new bonus update you can now get Frenzy Bloodlust, and that is the skill I suggest you try to snipe to reach level 3. In fact, if you consider that the time you contract the Frenzy is every 1 minute with Bloodlust at level 1, and counting in about 30 seconds to cure it, having Frenzy Bloodlust at 3 basically means you have 3 Warbucks at your disposal forever, because every time you overcome the Frenzy you have 1 extra Warbug for 1 minute and 30 seconds. And that's pretty broken if you ask me. You can reach 4 Warbucks when you manually pick the 4th up on top of that. More generally, you also want to get all those skills that can't be normally slotted in, like Wind Mantle or Mail of Hellfire. And getting some extra slots will also make you improve the build by adding more skills or increasing the level of the existing ones. So yeah, this is gonna be my last build video for Sunbreak. I hope you enjoyed not only this last video but also all the previous ones I made for each title update. Sunbreak is finally coming to an end. It's been a nice journey, and now it will soon be time to move on with the next Monster Hunter game. I'm really looking forward to what Capcom is about to announce, most likely before the end of this year, maybe even right after the summer. And with that being said, thank you as always for watching, and see you in another video. Bye!